What if Pete on day 50 of his hospital stay said, screw it?
Yeah, it'd be a different world.
Yeah. But you're inviting us up here and putting this out into the world. What if we all chose to do that? So I'm going to riff on this a little bit in what I've heard some this morning. Cornelius, we got to talk. I too am a realtor. And are we not part of the most narcissistic industry in the world in the way we promote ourselves, right? What if that became a service mentality, right? I'm fortunate enough to have been raised by two people that pointed me outside myself early on, right? I had the Rotary experience, and we have Rotarians in the room. And if you want to serve, Rotary is a beautiful conduit through which to do that. So we invite you into it, whether it's East Cobb where Andy is, North Cobb where we are. There's two Marietta clubs, the South Cobb club, we got them, right? It's just a conduit to serve. I knew people from New Zealand, Belgium, Denmark, Pakistan, India, all before I was 12 years old. So I had the advantage of having some experiences, right? So the what if we got around to people, Randy, when I told you when I first met you, right, that one of my Abraham Lincoln quotes that I love is, I don't like that man much. I must get to know him better. What if, right? I know some of y'all probably read Rick Warren's book, Purpose Driven Life. What's the first line in it? Do y'all remember it? It's not about you. True story, right? So what if? What if you just held the door for somebody today? Really simple, right? What if I ended up having lunch with Brandy and a friend of mine, and Brandy ended up with the Osborne girls soccer team being a role model for what they can be, right? It's kind of cool. What if it wasn't all about me? Technology that you just spoke to through Facebook invited the world into my men's small group. We call ourselves the Misfits on Friday. We are indeed, if you met that group. But we had a gentleman from Uganda that I know, we've been trained by the same leadership institute, International Leadership Institute over in Carrollton. So I'll join. Sweet. So we've been Zooming with a guy in Terinya, Uganda. Today, this gentleman is caring for 25 abandoned and orphan kids. What if he hadn't joined? Those children probably would not be going to school today and be having a chance. If he had not joined, we would not have developed the support we developed, right? So what if that technology didn't exist? It's just the question, and y'all have all answered that what if in different ways today, right? You know, what if, Deborah, we could disconnect from our addiction, right? What if our businesses chose to invite young people in to raise them up? What if leadership really meant you raised people past your level of leadership and you weren't afraid that they were going to take over, right? What if you simply connected people? That's something I finally decided at about the age of 50, that I had the gift of connecting people. So what if we peeled off the labels, right? Here's some of my labels, y'all, okay? So hang with me. I'm white. I'm aging, so I'm almost elderly. I reject that label as best I can, right? I'm fiscally conservative. I'm socially liberal. Those two don't live well together, right? I'm evangelical. It means I believe the gospel is true, right? I'm suburban. What are some of the, like, if you put that label on me, right? In Cornelius, in our world in sales, it takes about 5 seconds for somebody to make a judgment on us, doesn't it? Right? I'm trying to stop that. I'm trying to, and understand every word I'm speaking here is as much for the speaker as it is for the hearer, right? So I want you to, Brandy and I had a moment over there this morning. It's the time of year where you're going to hear these stories from Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John about the Passover meal, what we call the Last Supper. So I want to paint this picture for you. And you're told, two of you, go into the city, find a guy carrying a water jug, fall into this house, and tell the guy that owns the house, I'm coming to have dinner there with my boys. Who's doing that today? What if that didn't happen? So read further into John's, where the very Son of God washes the feet of his disciples. There's a couple of lessons in that. There's obedience in what the disciples chose to do. In the service of the very Son of God, he came to serve, not to be served. So if we live that way, what if? Pete, thank you for this opportunity, brother.
Dang, I'm so glad I kept after